Hey guys, welcome back to Revolution XRC and welcome to the next part of this Boom Racing BRX01 adjustable wheelbase link kit version build series. In this part of the build series, we're going to go over building the links. For this part of the series, you'll need the links as well as the hardware from bag B, and you'll need this bag here that is full of rod ends and pivot balls. To start off the links, which is step 6, we'll have to have the following. We'll need the links. We'll need 8 M4x16 set screws. We'll need 4 M4x4 set screws. We'll need 11 of these straight rod ends. We'll need 5 of these angled rod ends. And we'll need 16 pivot balls. And there are 3 spacers that you can use. These are spacers that you could use for link adjustments if you need them. If you don't need them, that's fine too. But if you do need to adjust the links a little bit for the length, you can use those spacers. This right here is the Panhard link or rod, as well as the Panhard mount. So one side goes on the axle, one side goes on the chassis. Alright, this is the Panhard rod. This should be 95.5 millimeters in length. I will go ahead and measure this later, but Panhard rod should be 95.5. Alright. Okay, my camera ran out of batteries in the middle of recording, but I started on the lower front links. So here are the lower front links, and I just need to put 2 more rod ends on. Now we gotta do the lower link. I mean upper link, sorry. that completes the front links, and we'll move on to the rear. So these are for the rear upper links, and you want the angled rod ends. Alright, the rear upper links are now complete. Let's go ahead and move to the rear lower links, which are adjustable, which is kind of cool about this kit. Now, with these new rear lower links, you can see how they work. You just put in set screws to keep it from sliding. I am going to secure it first and adjust it later. Now what they want is like a 4mm gap between this bottom. They just want a 4mm gap between this area right here. So I'm just going to take my best guess and measure later. Up there. Alright, that completes the lower links. And I am going to go and measure these all before I thread lock these set screws and move on to the next step. Alright, we're ready to mount these links to the chassis, and for that we'll need the chassis side panhard mount, these three M3 lock nuts, and these two M3x8 button head screws, and these three M3x18 button head screws. And that completes adding the upper links. This is how you want them attached. And we'll move on to the lower links. For the lower links and the panhard rod, you'll need one M3x12 button head screw and four M3x16 button head screws. Alright, and that completes adding the lower links to the chassis. Alright, with the links added to the chassis, that completes this part of the build series. Just adding the upper and lower links as well as the panhard rod to the chassis. You can see how everything goes. And we're ready to move on to the next step. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell for future updates on this Boom Racing BRX01 adjustable wheelbase Link version 50 build series. Thanks for watching.